Well, hey everybody, welcome to this week's midweek message. It's been a little bit since we've been on here and done one of these, but same place that we typically do them, out here in the barn. If you notice there's a little bit more of a mess than normal, that's because we're in the middle of a house remodel, and so half of our stuff from the house is out here in the barn. So got a little bit of a mess out here. Also got the Braves flag in the background for all my fellow Braves fans. But like I said, it's been a little while since I've been on here and done one of these, and really for a couple of reasons. And both of them aren't very good ones. One thing, I got busy and just didn't make time to do them. And I know that's a really lame excuse because I've said on here before, if the devil doesn't make you bad, he'll make you busy. And I fell into that of, I'm busy. The other thing, after I stopped doing them for a little bit, I thought, is it worth it? Does it matter? Is it having an impact on anybody? And throughout my time of doing these over the last few years, I would, occasionally I'd run into people that, would say, hey, I really appreciate your message. It really spoke to me, or I watch them each week. And those things were, those things kept me encouraged. But then over time, after I didn't do them for a little while, I got to questioning and doubting, are those things making an impact? Does it matter? And so, like I said, neither one of those are very good reasons, but those are the actual reasons why. And so the last month or two, I've kind of felt a nudge to start doing these again. I felt like God was kind of pointing me back in this direction. But then at the same time, I would kind of have that doubt of, do I need to? I mean, I could see when I was doing them, I could see how many people were watching them, and there was a lot of people that would watch them on a weekly basis. But I still had that doubt in my mind. Is it worth it? Does it matter? And really, it's crazy how God works. But over the course of the last month or so, I've probably ran into 5 or 6 people that have said something about, man, I haven't seen your messages in a while. Or I remember this one time you had this message, and it met me where I was at that time, and it really spoke to me, and I really appreciate it. And so I got to thinking, okay, God, I feel you, I see you, I understand. And then last Sunday, our normal preacher was gone at church, and our youth minister gave the sermon, and his sermon was fantastic. He talked about different encounters with Jesus in the Bible, and he talked about, there was 8 different encounters that he discussed of people having encounters with Jesus in the Bible. And he finished with this question towards the end, and I don't know if he meant for this to be the key takeaway of the lesson or not, or if it was about those other encounters, but this spoke to me the most, and I haven't been able to quit thinking about it since Sunday because of where I was at thinking about this stuff. And his question was, will you be the encounter that leads someone to Jesus? And I just thought about that because I'm like, over the course of the last month or whatever, I felt this nudge from God to be doing this, and I thought, maybe I should be doing this. And that statement met me where I was at. I'm thinking, what if somebody watching this is the first encounter that they've had concerning Jesus? Or what if somebody watching this met them right where they were at, and this refueled their relationship with Jesus? Or what if somebody there was something that they could take away from this that changed them or helped them through a tough situation? And so that just really made me think, okay, God just put something else out there for me of are you going to be the encounter that leads someone to Jesus? That was impactful to me. And so that's kind of how this all circled back around and came about. So my point is, don't ever think that what you do is insignificant. Don't ever think that somebody doesn't need you at a certain time, because there's somebody that needs you and needs what you have to offer. And if it helps and affects one person for the positive and for God, then mission accomplished. And that's exactly what God wants from us, is to be disciples for Him. And so I just encourage everybody, if you feel a nudge, if you feel a calling, if you feel like God is leading you to do something, don't hesitate. Don't think that it's insignificant, and don't think that it can't help somebody, because I promise you, you'll have a positive impact on somebody somewhere. So that's all I got for you this week. I'm glad to be back with you. And as always, love God, love people, and go make a difference.